I want to tell you a story. But first, let me tell you where it's going to take place. These are a collection of islands. Islands named after this bird here. Ever since the Portuguese colonized this land in the Azores, it's been used either as a refueling point for explorers going west, or in more recent times, the British and the Americans used this as a pivotal station in World War II. Most of today's story is going to take place on the island of São Miguel, which we were so lucky to get the chance to visit. The island is magnificent, however, it's much more different than what it looked like originally. And that's where this story begins. You see, the Portuguese and the Spanish had gotten a jump on early Europeans in their route to exploring most of the known world. They would go on to rename places after what was abundant there. For example, Madeira or Madeira literally translates to land of wood, or plenty wood. But we've heard that story 10 times before. Today's video is going to be all about tourism, over-tourism, and protection of the Azores. The Azores is beautiful, and just like Hawaii, the Philippines, and Thailand, it should be protected. Not saying that any other land shouldn't be protected, but predominantly these cases that are so exotic and have so many endemic species to them, they should be protected. This island is a perfect example of man's influence on the environment and on the planet in general. To all tourists and people visiting this beautiful autonomous region of Portugal, keep this in mind. This is our tour guide, Jorge. Put a picture of Jorge in there somewhere. Yeah, okay. Jorge. Jorge is a native to the Azores, and this is what he had to say. Found Jorge through Airbnb, and tourism is a huge part of his job, but he really wanted to tell us visiting from America these things. I wrote him down because I didn't want to record him. He says this: Instagram and the internet has led to an influx of visitors to the Azores' most photogenic places. He says that there are 10 times as many cars on the road than there were in years past. However, he says that there's no big hotels, which is part of the movement that's occurring in the Azores now, a push back against really large tourist industries coming into the country and polluting it worse. He says big hotels will be the downfall of nature and the balance that the Azores currently has. In respect to Jorge and the Azores, I urge you to, when you travel to places like this or Thailand and the Philippines and all these other exotic locations on our beautiful planet, not to geotag them, because that leads to extra traffic. And I'm not serving as any type of gatekeeper or anything like that. I just want everyone to be able to enjoy it in the future. I just want to preserve this as much as possible, especially for the people that are from there and that live there. Let the places be a mystery to people. Let them go on their own exploration, their own journeys to find these locations, because sometimes the journey is actually more beautiful than the actual destination. Lately, especially because there's so many people and so much foot traffic in these locations, that the journey, you won't see anybody, and that's actually more peaceful and more beautiful than you can ever imagine. This is part of the reason why I didn't do a vlog or anything like that in the Azores, because I want you guys to hear about the Azores from someone who is living there and that lives that lifestyle and that knows the land. I feel like it's a wrong thing for me to give anyone a tour list or a guide on how to visit the Azores when I'm not Azorean, I'm not even Portuguese. So in the words of Jorge, put down your phone, enjoy the locals, respect the culture, and vibe. It's your boy Kip Jackson. Start somewhere.
All my life I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Right now I can barely focus. I'm showing no emotion. On your knees, show your devotion. My skin is black but golden. I'm not here for brag.